Hi, I'm with Bloomberg News. I wanted to ask a question about China's dynamic zero policy for COVID. That policy has largely kept China free of widespread infections and deaths. But as we go into the third year of the pandemic, and with more and more countries around the world opening up, is it time for China to consider some of its own changes? If China continues to pursue COVID zero, could the economic costs become greater? Could it stop people-to-people exchanges between China and the rest of the world? What do the members of the CPPCC think? Thank you.
美国彭博社记者，我的问题是关于中国应对疫情的动态清零政策。该政策很大程度上防止了在中国出现大规模感染和死亡病例，而随着疫情进入第3个年头，越来越多的国家逐步开放，中国是否需要对国内防疫政策做出相应的调整？如果中国继续坚持动态清零政策，经济成本是否会上升？而该政策是否会阻碍中国与世界之间的人员交往与互动？全国政协委员对此怎么看？谢谢。
这个疫情防控政策啊，是国内外舆论都高度关注的一个话题。
policy has attracted much attention from within and without China. As we have all seen throughout our response to COVID-19, under the strong leadership of the CPC Central Committee with Comrade Xi Jinping at its core, China has always placed the people's life and health front and center. Continuous efforts have been made to prevent both case importation and domestic resurgence, and actions taken promptly to stem local transmission whenever cases are detected. Such all-round solid response has produced significant results. Over the past 2 years, members from such sectors as medicine and health and science and technology have played an active part on the front line of pandemic response. Many of our members have been fighting the virus on the front line, and at the same time, they conducted research and discussion on the relevant policies and contributed ideas. Members hold the view that since COVID response measures were regularized, China has been able to handle local clusters decisively, based on the specific situation, and control transmissions very quickly. There has been a fairly good coordination between COVID-19 control and social development and livelihood protection, and economic growth has been sustained. Members noted that in some countries, even in some developed ones, the pandemic resurged repeatedly. Medical resources were stretched, and the numbers of severe and fatal cases increased. They have very good medical facilities, but the resources were stretched, which led to the increase of number of severe and fatal cases. China is a developing country with 1.4 billion people. If it didn't take effective measures, there would be unimaginable consequences. Members believe that progress made in COVID-19 response shows that our policy fits China's national conditions and follows the law of science, and that our anti-COVID measures are cost-efficient and effective. China's policy embodies a people-centered philosophy and reflects the strength of its socialist system. In the next step, we must closely monitor and assess the COVID-19 situation at home and abroad, and make science-based and targeted responses to better control the pandemic with lower social cost, so as to ensure sustained, sound, and steady economic and social development. You have also asked about the impact of China's COVID policy on international exchanges. I have seen reports that question the role of China's COVID policy on the global industrial and supply chains. I think some of the conclusions were misled. Thanks to the right measures adopted to meet the COVID challenge, China has taken the lead in restoring economic growth and helped keep global industrial supply chains largely stable. I mentioned a few figures on foreign trade. Last year, both China's foreign trade volume and international market share scaled a historical new high. This has injected a strong impetus to the recovery of global trade. Here, I'd like to refer to another group of figures regarding China's contribution to global fight against COVID-19. China has provided 150 countries and 13 international organizations with enormous quantities of masks, protective suits, ventilators, testing facilities, and other anti-epidemic supplies, sent 37 medical teams to 34 countries, and supplied to over 120 countries and international organizations more than 2.1 billion doses of vaccines to help other countries increase capabilities of pandemic response and emergency treatment. China's assistance is also helping the international community overcome the difficulties and restore normalcy. That is the way to enhance China's exchanges with the rest of the world. China will continue to step up anti-COVID assistance to other developing countries and contribute to a global community of health for all. Thank you.